Heidi hi campers. Well, what a rough day today has been. Would have been my mum's 77th birthday today. Second one since she passed away. Always leaves you feeling a bit flat, I guess. Pondering, thoughtful. Got up this morning, didn't really think much about it until I went out to the pond and her favourite iris had flowered. Nothing else has flowered, just her favourite iris. Hey ho. So just gets you thinking, doesn't it? How fragile life can be. So, I've been quite thoughtful today, and I've come to the realisation that I need some help. I need some help from you guys. Couple of ways I need help. The first way is I'm very close to 250 subs, which I'm quite excited about, really, considering I'm a fairly new channel. So if you know anyone that hasn't subbed to the channel, give them a nudge. Thank you. The next way I need help is to get the skegnesspond supplies moving a little bit, get the name out there a little bit. So if you wouldn't mind doing a fellow YouTuber a favour and giving it a little shout out, that would be much appreciated. If you would like to give me a little shout out, then point me in the direction of your video. I will sort you out a little discount voucher for www.skegnessponsupplies.com. That won't just apply to anything that's currently on the website. If there's something that you want that I haven't got listed on there, give me a holler and I'll see if I can get it, and if I can get it, I'll let you know how much I can get it for. So let's say you do a little shout out for me and you want a Very Pump, 10,000 Evolution Aqua Very Pump, which I think retail at about 165 quid at the moment. Somewhere around there. That's the recommended retail. I'm sure that I can probably take about 10% off that for you if you gave me a nice little shout out on your channel. If you got 10,000 subscribers, I might do a little bit more, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Bit back scratching, never hurt anyone, no harm no foul, as a friend of mine says. So yeah, if you want to do a bit of back scratching, I'm totally up for that. And I know there's a few people out there building ponds at the moment, and I think we could end up with a nice little win-win situation. So the other thought I've had is putting stuff I don't stock on back order on the website and having a back order system, so that if you want an easy pod, I can get you an easy pod, but I'll have to get it in and ship it to you, or deliver it to you, or whichever. again, I'm thinking of doing a back order system where if you have something that's on back order and you had to wait for it for a couple of weeks, I'll do a back order discount code on the website. Now that's not to say if you do a promotion and you... Oh, don't know what happened there. I think I ran out of memory again. Anyway, as I was saying, that doesn't mean to say if you want something on back order and you do me a promotion, then you'll get a whopping great discount because there's only so much meat on the bone. It'll be an either or, I think. But yeah, I'm open to ideas. I'm quite happy for people to do a little bit of marketing and for me to scratch their back in return. So, as I say, I need a bit of help. Things are ticking along, but they're not ticking along as quickly as I would like. So yeah, if it's not on the website, give me a shout and we'll see if we can sort something out. There will be some benefit for those that wish to do a little back scratching, as some people have already found out. And that's really all I need help with. Getting the subscribers up, because that obviously helps with the marketing, and hopefully a few people doing a couple of shout outs. That's all I really need. I don't know if people saw my one on the Owazi drum. If anyone is friendly with Lee Hadfield, the Koi Soldier, if they can point him in that direction so that he can see the fix that I found for it. Phil at Telford Koi, I think you watch my channel, might be of interest to you. Again, if anyone wants to point Phil in that direction, I've already had one person on saying, yeah, they've got one, they're interested in them. As I say, it's cheap as chips fix. It's nothing expensive and nothing very technical, but it works, and that is the main thing. Simple. Keeping it simple. That's what it's all about. In other news, the pond situation. I've had to euthanize a fish tonight, so that is leaving me feeling a bit sad as well. Yeah, nothing I could do with that one. Again, I think it's down to this problem, this invisible problem with the water that I'm trying to fix. So, a load of blanket ants has gone in tonight, try and get rid of the blanket weed. I've noticed the blanket weed's trapping a lot of muck, so we'll try and get rid of that. Constantly flushing the filters, constantly getting muck up off the bottom, stirring it up in the pond, letting the filters pull it out, and yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating, and there is just no way I can vacuum this pond unless I did like a couple of square meters a day. I'd be in there for a day or two, probably constantly vacuuming it. So I think the easiest way is to try and let the filters pull it out. So it's just a case of keeping the bottom drains clear, flushing the muck out of the mechanical filters, and making sure the pre-filters are kept clear so I get enough water flow to turn the water over enough. Run everything at full tilt so I get the maximum amount of water going through the filters, and hopefully, fingers crossed, things will start to improve. I am going to bypass the bog filter tomorrow. That'll give me another return going into the pond in one area, which I can use to direct water flow to more towards the bottom drains. Hopefully we can get rid of the build up, and then once the build up has gone, And now that those plants have moved and the water flow direction's changed, hopefully it will look after itself. Hopefully. It's just very, very frustrating at the moment that I didn't spot it, and it's annoying me. It's also upsetting me that I've lost a few fish because of it. I should have picked it up sooner. I should have done, but it's just something I overlooked. Whole hands up, and it's just something I hadn't even thought about until I was talking to Vince. I just went, I wonder, and there it was. And the strange thing was, the whole pond was totally cleaned out last season. It was full drain down and clear out. So it's built up since last season, which again I don't really understand, because the pond has been running fine for 3 or 4 years. So whether it's just that the reed bed has got that much bigger, it's got that much more capability of trapping stuff and stopping water flow, maybe that's what it is. I think I will be thinning it out. I think I will be making it a lot smaller, because there are a lot of viruses there, a lot. So I think I'll be thinning those down and reducing the amount of plant in there, and potentially looking at a different way of putting plants in the pond. I can't do what Vince does with the baskets because I haven't got a straight-sided pond, so I'll have to look for another solution, but I'm sure there's something that I can do to keep water flow underneath the plants so that nothing actually builds up. Maybe put a return with an elbow and the plants up on bricks or something so water can pass underneath. I don't know. I'll have a think about it and try and sort something out. So if you have any thoughts on that one, you know what to do. Comment. Give me some ideas. Get the hive mind working on it. And that's what community is all about, isn't it? Sharing ideas and experiences. And to be honest, I've not come across this one before. Hence why I think it's taken me so long to figure out potentially what's happening. But yeah, it's a little bit gutting. Especially when you have to make that decision to euthanize a fish. I can't remember the last time I made that decision. A long time ago. Usually the decision gets made for you. This one, I couldn't let it carry on. It was only going one way, and not fair on the fish to carry on the way it was. Yeah, it's not something I really want to think about much more. Not on today, anyway. Not with what today is. So we carry on. We carry on. Yeah. After seeing what Danny went through the other day, my heart goes out to the guy. I mean, that is just horrendous. I know what it's like to lose a quantity of fish, but that amount is something else. So fair play to you, mate, for cracking on and keeping going, because I think I would have turned it in, losing that lot. But yeah, fair play to you. Very, very sad day. But I think everybody has gone through something similar. Not quite on that scale, but something similar. Whether it be one fish or a couple of hundred. So yeah, fair play to you, mate. Back on the horse, as they say. Yeah, massive thank you to Vince at Twisted Koi, because I've been bending in his ear and picking his brains, because I got to that point where I had no more ideas, no more thoughts on what was going on. Um, I have a sneaky suspicion at some time in the not too distant future, my pond will be rebuilt. When this one was built, it was built very, very quickly when we moved into the house. Not a massive amount of thought went into it, and I got a guy out to come and dig the hole. Told him what I wanted. Went out to work, came back. He disappeared off. He'd already been paid, and he hadn't actually dug what I asked him to dig. So there's a couple of corners and things that just don't really work. And the contouring of the bottom of the pond, we've taken a really close look at it over the last couple of days in far more detail than I have in the last few years. And there are parts of it that just don't work. They fall away from where the bottom drains are situated. I did actually ask him to cut out channels for proper bottom drains, which he didn't do. And there was no way I was digging through solid clay 4 feet down to cut in for bottom drains, and then cut in for filters and that sort of thing, because they'd have had to been dug into a pit. So yeah, he only did half the job. I should have been here really, but I'd gone off to work, and I trusted the guy to do the job I asked him. He had pictures and everything, but what I came back to was very, very different to what was drawn out. And they did find a power cable running across the pond, so they did have to change things. And he did ring me and said they'd found a power cable, so I said basically move the pond forward. But they didn't contour it the way it should have been contoured. Let's put it that way. They should have infilled the part they'd already dug and just moved the whole pond, but they didn't. I went, well, got to get the fish into a pond. They're in an 8-foot paddling pool. So the water went in, the liner went in, the water went in, and in went the fish. Yeah, I should really have thought about it and had him come back out and do some more work on it. But I didn't. So probably an expensive mistake. But it is what it is. So I'm going to try and work with what I've got, and if I can't work with what I've got, I'll be rebuilding it. But I've got plans to build another pond anyway. I want to build a raised pond. And just to annoy everybody, I'm going to build it the way everyone says it can't be done. Ha ha ha. Just an experiment. So yeah, that'll be one to wind people up, just for the fun of it. But I'm sure it'll work. Probably something 2 or 3 meters by 2 or 3 meters by a couple of meters deep. Nothing massive, just an average sort of size, what I would call an average sort of size pond, and then I can do some work on the big one and try and get that into some semblance of how I'd like it rather than how it is. But that's a massive line. I mean, that's 15 meters by 15 meters, that liner. So it was a massive liner that I bought. They're not cheap at all. Anyway, that's enough waffling for today. If you can help me out on any of those things, that'd be really fantastic. Website again, shameless plug, www.skegnessponsupplies.com. The email address, if you want to ask me if I can get hold of anything, is skegnesspond@hotmail.com. Or if you look just after I finish speaking here, you'll have a phone number as well, which is also on the website. So, yeah, if you can help me out in any way, that'd be really fantastic. Until the next time, ciao.